says here that you used to have a chronic addiction to camera women.
To the audience that probably isn't familiar with the term, it's pretty much OnlyFans, but more or less live.
I'm sorry, you think this Twitch audience is not familiar with the term cam girl? I'm basically a cam girl.
That's true. Yeah, you're a cam gecko. No way.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What is up, bro? I didn't think you'd call me. This is the first time I ever texted.
Well, let's see here. I'm not gonna ask you your name because I'm just gonna forget it, which is not, which is you know, this should be anonymous anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna call you Jason. Jason, it says here that you used to have a chronic addiction to camera women. Does that?
Yes.
Does that mean? Okay, that means like cam girls. Like girls who,
yes,
you know, do like
more specifically to the audience that probably isn't familiar with the term. It's not like, well, pretty much OnlyFans, but more or less live, and you could pretty much pay them to do whatever they want, or well, whatever you want. And then
you think I'm sorry, you think this Twitch audience is not familiar with the term cam girl? I'm basically a cam girl. I'm a cam guy.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're a cam gecko.
Okay. So, how long have you been addicted to the cam girls for?
Shit, that started back in 2020. As soon as I because I graduated back in 2020. So it was like right as I started getting my own money, I was all like, "Ooh, let me see where this can go," and that turned into a pretty big thing pretty quick. Same thing with the pandemic and everything. That was pretty bad.
How much money were you spending?
Oh, shit, I probably couldn't even put a number on it. There was one girl whose attention I was trying to get, and before I managed to get her off of the site, I think I spent like upwards of $900 on her.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
That's again on one girl specifically.
Is this still something that you're struggling with, or have you kind of got it under control?
It's kind of gotten under control. There's still rebounds here and there, but not nearly as severe, and I feel very bitter about myself when I do it, and it's just like you. But I mean same thing. It's it's something that I'm actively working on and shit. So I'm talking to another girl in real life rather than online and shit. So that's definitely helping a lot with my mental state.
So let's talk about this. So when you were doing that a lot, what do you like? What were you looking for? What were you chasing? Like deep down, what was it?
I think I was just chasing for like attention, or just like having someone there that like in my eyes cared about me, and spending the upwards of money, like they'll recognize you pretty quick, obviously. But I think that's definitely what I was looking for, was just like seeking that attention. Because in high school, a lot of people would end up ghosting me because I was, now realizing as an adult, I was hella clingy and shit. But back then I couldn't really realize it or pinpoint it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'd say like a mixture between like loneliness and like getting the attention, and then like I said, that was back in 2020. So like the pandemic and like getting loneliness during that time. I mean, everyone was fucking lonely, so that really egged it on hard. So
did this alleviate that loneliness for you? And if so, or did it end up making it worse? Like, tell me how it affected, whether or not it served your needs.
So there were probably like 3 women that I managed to talk off of the site onto like Messenger, Instagram, just different outlets to talk to them outside of the site. And you'd think on paper that helped, but nah, it's like, then at that point, it's like not only do you have their personal information, but they have your personal information, and they extort you for like more money, and then they guilt trip you, and then it just turns into like this big thing. So I'd say like, shit, I'd say it definitely made it worse, but it just like made it to where it's like now I gotta talk with that person and make that person like more attracted to me,
So wait a minute. So
keep their
I guess
attention.
So they hold on. So they extorted you for money? Like what were they doing?
Oh yeah, no, there was one girl that the one that I spent $900 on. Once I got her out of the site, then we exchanged pictures and all that, and then one thing led to another, and I would end up sending her more money. She'd be like, oh, there's this thing I want to buy, but like I only have this.
Hold on, wait, stop, real quick, slow down for me.
Okay.
There's a difference between like what you're talking about and being extorted for money. Like, did she say like, I'm gonna take these pictures that you took and like send them to your friends and shit? Like, what is that what she did?
No, but in my head, I felt like they would do that. Like, it was never said directly to me, but like in my head, I was just all like, oh shit, that could come back and bite me on the ass pretty hard if I don't do that. Because I mean, it's not like I'd use throwaway Instagram. Like I'd use my direct Instagram. So it's, I mean theirs is like I don't know if you could call it professional, like as professional as you could make a camera girl Instagram, but mine would be straight up personal. So it's like, if all of a sudden they decided, oh man, fuck this guy, I'm gonna expose him to all his friends and family and shit. It's like it's right there, So I mean, technically no, I was never directly blackmailed or extorted, but it was always something in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh man, if I don't do that, then that could bite me back in the ass.
So was the fantasy that you kept chasing something of like, okay, I'm gonna actually get this person to like me?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that same person, like there was points where like we talk about like meeting up and shit like that, and then it turned into like, oh, well, if we meet up in America, and then instantly it'd be cut out. Oh, well, I can't meet up in America. You got to come meet me here. And then it's like, that's when it turned into another thing of like, dude, if I come out there, like, I don't know, like it's a South American country. So it's like, shit, I don't know, no Spanish. I ain't trying to.
Where did this cam girl want you to meet her?
Colombia.
Were you about to go to Colombia to meet her?
Hell no. They wanted me to though. But it was just one of those things that again, I would just be scared of, because it's like, man, I'll get down there. And obviously, I'm not going to bring no friends with me, because I'm not trying to tell my friends, hey, I met this girl online. She's a cam girl. Let's go down there. Come with me so I feel safe, And so then it'd just be one of those things like, man, if I go out there, and same thing, if they turn on a dime, I could get fucking jumped, and I'm not going back to my family.
Isn't that what the movie Sex Drive is about? You ever see that?
I have no idea. I ain't seen that one. Anyway. But it was I don't know. It was just one of them things that I should have probably blocked it off a long time ago. But I mean now it's a lot better though.
So talk to me about this then. What was it that transitioned you away from this stuff?
So about a year and a half ago, I changed my job out of retail into working on cars, and it just gave me a lot of time to like think and reflect on myself of like how much I'm capable of doing with my own hands and shit. And then that's also kind of the point that I realized like how much money I was really sending without realizing it. And then that was the point that like it just kind of like something just kind of clicked in me, and I'm just like, dude, I don't like this no more. So then who I'd send mass amounts of money, I was just all like, hey, this ain't me. I don't think I'm with this no more. And she just like completely exploded. I guess she had some big panic attack, fucking ended up having heart palpitations or some shit, and landed herself in the hospital, and then she blamed that on me. Dude, she had pictures and everything, so it's not even like one of those things she made up. She fucking had genuine pictures of like her heart rate and shit like that being taken at the hospital. And
I'm sorry, you see this girl, the girl who you sent $900 to that wanted you to meet her in Colombia, once you told her that you didn't want to have a relationship with her anymore or spend money on her anymore, sent you pictures of her in the hospital claiming that she was so offended by this that she had a panic attack that sent her to the hospital.
No, it wasn't pictures of her in the hospital, but like her records afterwards. But yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. No, and that was one of those things I was like, oh yeah, no, I should probably also mention she has my name tattooed on her arm. She did that like 2 weeks into us fucking getting off the site.
Dude, did you pay her to tattoo your name on her arm?
I even told her it was a bad idea too.
Why did she tattoo your name on her arm?
I don't know. She was like I said, it was one of those things where it's like she, I was obsessed in my own way, but I think she was obsessed with me in her own way, and it was just bad. And same thing, at one point she tried to have it in my handwriting, and then like her tattoo artist was all like, nah, his handwriting ain't good enough. And then and then in the back of my head I'm like, oh cool, she ain't gonna get it. And then a week later she's all like, hey, look at this tattoo I got. And I'm like, what the fuck?
How often were you talking to this woman?
Oh, this was like an everyday thing. We essentially became boyfriend, girlfriend. I mean, I think. Oh no, we did. I guess we technically did have an online relationship. Yeah.
And how often were you paying her?
I'd say it was probably about like every 2 weeks, but it just depends. So it'd be like $50 here, like anywhere up to like $200 there. And then she give me like, this big story of like, oh, this is happening with my family, this is happening with my kid, this is happening at my house. And I'm like, dog, I don't, like, it's not that I don't have the time to deal with this, but like, it's not my thing to deal with. Like, I'm not there. I'm not affected by it.
So, I mean, this sounds like it was like almost a digital, like sugar daddy seeking arrangements kind of a thing.
Talking about it out loud, yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's probably a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Did you have a relationship like this with anyone else, or did it only really escalate to this point with this one girl?
So after her, then there was one of the other girls that I got off the website, and kind of tried some with her, but it was something that I didn't really send her any money or anything. We just kind of like talked more or less, but it was one of those things that she had so many personal problems that she's just like, hey, I don't think this is a good thing, and so we never really became official or anything, but I'd say I had feelings for her as well. Like I wanted to make her my girlfriend at one point, but she was just all like, yeah, I don't think I want to do an online relationship, which looking back on it, I'm glad I didn't.
And these are both, did you meet these women on like a Chatterbait or something like that?
Yeah. We're like, you see them as the camera, and then, you're in the chat box or whatever.
And this was all 4 years ago?
Yeah, about 3-4 years ago, yeah.
When did you cut off your communication with these people? Yeah, when did you cut off your communication with these people?
Shit, probably about the end of winter time, honestly. I just got like into a really bad depression back in the winter time, and I fell into it harder, and then it was just one of those things that one day I just kind of woke up and I'm just like, dude, this is just how I'm going to be for the rest of my life, and I just didn't want that for myself anymore. So like, I actually started talking to one of the coworkers I was working with at the time, and like now, we're hitting it off pretty good and everything. And then like ever since I took her out, it's just kind of been like a whole 180. Like I'm a lot more motivated. Like I'm on like I said, in the wintertime I was like bad and fucking credit card debt and shit like that, but like now I'm getting on top of it and shit like that.
Attention listeners of the Therapy Gecko podcast. I have new tour dates on sale right now at therapygeckotour.com. If you're a regular listener of this podcast, but you haven't been to one of my live shows before, you should come out, man. It's a fun time. The format of the show is essentially a group gecko therapy session where members of the audience come on stage to share stuff from their lives, just like they do on this podcast, except instead of anonymously over the phone, it's the complete opposite. It's anonymously, whatever the opposite of anonymous is, it's publicly in front of a few hundred people, which is a really cool and interesting thing to experience. And it's also mixed in with some presentations and material from me about my life. And I think that those presentations have been very fun and cool. So you should come. Tickets are on sale right now at therapygeckotour.com for the following cities: Nashville, Tennessee; Huntsville, Alabama; Chicago, Illinois; Milwaukee, Wisconsin; Detroit, Michigan; Grand Rapids, Michigan; San Jose, California; San Francisco, California; Portland, Oregon; Seattle, Washington; New York City; Philadelphia; Washington, D.C., Austin, Texas; Houston, Texas; Dallas, Texas; Greenville, South Carolina; Charlotte, North Carolina; Greensboro, North Carolina; Atlanta, Georgia; Pittsburgh, PA; Buffalo, New York; Toronto, Canada; Los Angeles, California; and Minneapolis, Minnesota. Once again, that's therapygeckotour.com for tickets. I hope you come to the show so that I can keep doing these shows every year because they are very fun and sick. All right, thanks. Did you ever talk to a real therapist about this?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not. But I've been listening to your show a lot lately, and I'm like, man, he'd be an interesting guy to talk to about this.
Mm. So
not that I'm saying you'd necessarily help or anything, but
how long ago did you start seeing this girl that you're seeing now?
What was it? I have it here on our calendar. The first date that I took her out on was April 29th. So it's been just about a month.
Oh, okay. And you met her at work?
Yeah, I met her at my last job, but then I switched jobs. So like I was working when I met her, we were working in retail, and there was one night that it was one of my last nights working there, and it was the last night I was scheduled with her. I'm just like, fuck it. So I went up to her and I'm just like, hey, I've liked you for a really long time. Like, I don't really know how to express it, and I just kind of want to let you know, like, we may never see each other again, and if that be the case, like, that's fine. Or like, maybe we might see each other again, and if so, that's cool. But like, I just want to let you know how I feel, and like, I felt that way since like November. So and that kind of opened up her eyes and everything, because she said she wasn't really like into the thought of relationships or anything. But then when I said that, like, that kind of made her rethink that situation.
Okay. Be careful, man, because I mean, look, I don't know this person, but if it's only been 20 days, don't put all your healing eggs
in a basket,
in one basket, because I guess it would be, look, I'm happy for you. I think it's for real. I think it's a great step to be like, okay, I'm gonna get out of this crazy hole that I'm in and start talking to real women. But you don't want to get so invested so early on that if something bad were to go wrong, in this relationship, you rebound completely and you're like, yeah, let me send $1,000 to a woman in Switzerland.
Right. No, I think like the biggest motivation is like a couple of years ago, I was actually out at my family reunion when I was doing the CAMGIRL thing. Cousin's mom comes up to me and she's all like, hey, I noticed that you never bring a girl up here. And I'm like, right. And this was like prime time of me doing, my cam shit. And they're like, hey, do you just not like girls? Are you gay or something? Like, is that why you don't bring anyone up? And I'm like, no, I'm fucking awkward with women. And then I like tried to explain that to them without like mentioning the camera women, and realized how impossible it was to explain. And I'm like, no one's interested in me right now. And ever since then, that's just been like a big motivation to just like not be a fucking, succubus, and just to do something more with myself. But that was like 2 years ago, and I've just been thinking on that since.
So you said that you're like mostly over it. Like, do you still have these? Yeah. Do you still have, I guess, urges, or like where's the? In what ways is this still present in your life?
I would say like I'm not very good with saving. I could say that fucking flat out. So a lot of my money tends to go towards like bills and shit, and so the more bills I can pay, the better it is, because it's like, cool, I don't have that money. So if I can put like an extra $200-300 on my car, I'll do that for sure, because it's like, cool, then it's just not money being spent. But then if I'm feeling lonely one night and then all of a sudden I look at my bank account and I see like, oh shit, I got an extra $15, then then you get thinking, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, let me $15 is $15, but and then you could see where that gets to a very repetitive thought very quickly.
You got into this thing of like, let me spend as much of my money as possible so that I am not spending it on, digital companionship.
Right, pretty much. That's the coping mechanism that I've come up with since moving.
Hey, listen, what's your name again?
I think you gave me the name of Jason.
Oh, Jason. Oh, thank you for remembering my fake name.
I don't think I'm confident enough to reveal my real name today.
Jason.
Maybe another day.
Jason, you ever heard of a Roth IRA?
A Roth IRA? No.
A Roth IRA. All right, Jason. Here's what you're gonna do. All right. You're gonna go to Vanguard.com. Shout out Vanguard. We're gonna get free.
All right, let me look that up since my computer's right here.
I can't believe I'm about to set. This is a historic moment in Therapy Gecko history where I set up a caller with a Roth IRA so that he does not spend money on CAMGIRLS. All right,
bro,
we're gonna do. It is my honor
to. This is insane dad lore right here.
It is my honor to do this
for you, and it's insane dad lore for me. Like
it is. It's insane dad lore for both of us. This is my honor to do this.
Right.
To walk you through this. All right, you go to Vanguard.com.
All right, I'm at Vanguard.com.
All right, does it say where you can open an account?
Shit. I don't know if I went to the right one. This one's talking about investors.
Yeah. You're gonna go to investor. I don't know what the fucking Vanguard. Yep. All right. You're gonna open.
It says personal investors, retirement plan participants, institutional investors.
All right. You're a personal investor. You're a personal investor.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
What's it say now?
Yep. Now it's giving me a prompt to open an account.
Okay, you're gonna open an account.
Okay, I'm opening that account.
All right, what's it say to do now?
I gotta. It says if I already have a login or if I'm new to Vanguard. I'm gonna say that I'm new to Vanguard. All right. It says now, how can we get you started? I would like to open a new account with money from my bank, roll over an employer plan.
Are you gonna open a new account with money from your bank? This is awesome. Let's do this whole thing. I want you to have a Roth IRA by the end of this call.
Okay.
All right. What does it say now?
Wait. How much money do I have to put down?
No. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Vanguard advice services on my own. I'm gonna do it on my own. I got the motherfucking Gecko helping me with this.
Yeah. I'm your financial advisor now.
Yes, sir. All right. I think I gotta. Here's an overview of what's next. Select your account. Damn, it says it'll take 5 to 10 minutes. You fine with that, Gek?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm gonna let you off, but like, all right. Basically, all right. Look, you got a personal. Hold on. I'm actually on the Vanguard website right now. All right. Yeah. Go open an account. Okay. I'm gonna walk through this too.
All right. Now it's asking me my investment goal. Retirement, general investing, or emergency savings.
Open a new account with money from my bank. Invest on my own. Yeah, you don't want somebody to. All right, open an account. Yeah, select your account. All right, your goal is retirement.
All right, yep.
The account is for yourself, myself. And you're gonna open a
Roth IRA.
Roth IRA.
Yep.
All right. All right, so it should say continue, right?
Yep.
All right, hit continue.
Oh, yeah. And then I got to put in all my information.
All right, yeah, you fill all that stuff out. All right, I'm going to let you go here, but you fill all that out. Okay, here's what you do, all right? Here's what you do. You open a Roth IRA, all right?
Okay.
And all the money that you do not want to spend on CAMGIRLS, okay,
goes here?
You put it there, okay? You put it into your Roth IRA, and then when you're 60 years old, you will have a shit ton of money.
I appreciate this more than words can fucking manifest right now.
Okay, so basically, here's how this works. All right, you're gonna fucking, you take money that you've already, this is so funny. You take money that you already paid taxes on, and you put it into this account. And then when it's in the account, you invest it. You're going to invest it in something called VU, which tracks the SP 500.
Okay.
And you can't take it out without having to pay fees on your earnings, unless if you're 59 years old. So you just you can put up to $7,000 into this account a year. And then when you're 60 years old, okay, you can take all the money out. And then, I mean, at 60 years old, I mean, go crazy with the cam girls at that point. But until then, fucking just keep putting money in your Roth IRA. That's my practical Gecko advice to you.
I love that.
All right.
That's fucking great.
Now, what's your social security number? No, don't tell us that.
Whoa.
All right. So, I mean, okay, before we go, just all right, we got you. All right, you got to sort of have a girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah.
You have a Roth IRA.
I would say so, yeah.
I mean, look, man, it's only been a few weeks. Don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Right, but,
All right, what else? What else with you, Jason?
I went to the races that they have out here near my house the other day, and it actually motivated me. Because it was a big old drift competition. Mm-hmm. So people got Nissans, fucking Corvettes, bunch of fucking cars, and there was this old beat up ass car, and it was a Toyota from the 80s, and he ended up winning second in his fucking group, and it was one of those things that it motivated me, dude, and now I want to be a part of the races now. I want to do some shit related to that. I want to work on people's cars related to the races or some shit.
That's cool, man. You got a goal. You got stuff going on. That's what it is. That's another thing. It's obviously whatever your career goals are, they're not going to satisfy these needs you have for love and companionship. But it's good to have stuff going on in your life. Just and I don't know how exactly you're gonna do this because it's really tough. But just do me a favor. Just set yourself up so that, like we said earlier, if things don't work out with this girl at your work, and I'm sure they will, and I'm happy to hear that you're putting yourself out there, but just we want to make it so that if that shit doesn't work out, you're not diving back into the bad habits. So just prepare yourself for that mentally, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason, you're a good guy, man. I'm glad to hear that you've overcome these bad habits. A lot of people, I don't know, they don't get out of them because it's tough, bro.
No, it's not an easy thing either. It's like I said, it's not something I've really started talking about until really recently. I mean, even my friend that I was talking to about it the other day, I said it's become such a bad thing that I think now I'm addicted to just getting my wallet drained. Yeah. Not even I don't know. It just now, I mean, once you get into a habit, you get into a habit.
And now you get to go back to your friend and go, hey, remember last time I told you I was addicted to
for
my wallet
real?
being
drained? I'll be like, dude, check this fucking podcast out. I was on the therapy Gecko, dude.
Now you get to tell him that a lizard told you to open a Roth IRA.
Bro, not a lizard, the fucking lizard. Who are you kidding?
Jason, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
I want to say to the people of the computer, it's not as bad as you seem. It's really just in your own head. And as long as you work on overcoming that, you can overcome that.
Jason, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Lyle. I will make sure to call you soon. I want to update you, and I want to soon reveal who I am to the people of the internet. But for now, I'm Jason.
Yeah. And hey, listen, man. You know what? I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start hanging out in the chat rooms of Chatterbait. Just to make sure that you're not there. And if I see you there, I'm gonna get pissed. But I'm gonna be.
Yeah, you better reach through the goddamn phone.
If you see, Lyle Forever, if you see that username,
if I see Lyle Forever in a chat room, I need to get the hell out of there.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Good luck.
All right, love you.
Take care, Jason.
All right, love you.
When are we gonna get that Roth? When are we gonna get that Vanguard sponsorship coming in, huh? How many people, dude? You use the if you heard that call and you're gonna set up a Roth IRA, just use the code Gecko anyway. Even there's no prompt for the code, but just like at the point where when it tells you how you found out about Vanguard, you say, don't even write the Therapy Gecko podcast, just write a lizard.
Call from Callie.
Hello?
Holy shit, Geck.
Hi, what is your name?
I am Callie.
Callie, what's up? How's life?
Pretty shit, to be honest. And I sound like a young man on the phone, but I'm indeed female.
How old are you, Callie?
I am 24.
Well, what's up, man? What do you want to talk about today?
I have, like, a ton of things I could talk about right now. I owe $12,000 in rent.
How do you owe $12,000 in rent?
It's kind of fucked up, but, I'm not the one who pays it, and kind of got into a spot where it was required to pay the full amount and couldn't pay it at the time, so it just kind of kept piling up.
So, who pays your rent?
My partner.
Okay. So, all right. So your partner pays the rent, or he's supposed to pay the rent.
Yeah, basically.
And did not, and so now you owe $12,000.
Yes.
How long has your partner been not paying the rent?
Like 6 months, I think.
Why have they been not paying the rent?
I don't know. He's financially irresponsible. Not to mention he's 18 years older than me, and we have 2 kids. And is probably a narcissist.
So are you two still together?
Yeah.
And you have 2 kids?
Yeah.
And you haven't paid the rent?
No.
Did you talk to him and be like, hey, you were supposed to pay the rent?
Yeah, but, he's just like, oh, you'll figure it out. You always do. So over the pandemic, we didn't pay rent for a year either, and then I got an organization to pay it, so I'm sure he's thinking I'm going to be able to do the same again.
Do you work, or are you full-time mom?
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom for the most part.
Okay, and does he work?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I feel like I blanked out. And you guys are still together?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Where is he right now?
He's at work right now.
Okay. He's at work, and he's just not going to pay the rent?
I'm guessing not, because he doesn't have $12,000.
What organization is this that pays the rent?
Oh, it's called Community Action.
And you're going to reach out to them to pay the rent again?
I'm hoping they will, yeah. If not, I'm going to have to figure some shit out.
And is this guy your husband? Like, are you married?
No, no. I met him when I was 16 and he was 35, and I got pregnant, and we kind of been together ever since, and I had another kid about a year ago.
Okay. You know what? Before I go even further, let me ask you this. Is there anything in particular that you would like out of this phone call?
I mean, not necessarily. I kind of just wanted to talk to you, I suppose, and maybe vent, and maybe people on the internet might take pity in my situation.
Okay. And you're 24 now?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any, is being a stay-at-home mom, is it something that you enjoy, or do you desire to, have a career of your own at some point?
I would prefer to, yeah. I mean, staying at home sucks. I've had jobs here and there, fast food and stuff, but other than that, not really anything.
Okay. And how, like, your partner, how often are they doing shit like this?
A lot.
Just like telling you that they're going to pay the rent and then not paying the rent.
It's happened a lot. I've gotten help probably like 5 times.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is a tough situation, Callie.
It is. I'm very stressed about it.
Yes, this is a tough situation. Do you have any help at all? Do you have like people in your life that help you?
No, not really. I'm from San Diego, and I moved to Washington with him, so I'm kind of like alone here.
Okay. Man, I mean, the kids.
I know.
Is just, I mean, it's the kids that just make this thing so tough.
Yeah, it definitely does.
What's up with your pet?
I'm in a big situation.
Yeah. And
because he
old?
cheated on me recently too. Like, had a whole relationship with someone else, so the relationship isn't good. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a narcissist. He has like cameras all over the house watching me 24/7.
He has cameras all over the house watching you?
Yeah.
Have you considered leaving the relationship, or what it might take to leave the relationship?
I have considered it. Yeah, I mean, heavily recently, but it's just
like, tell me what goes on in your brain as you're doing these considerations.
Well, it would be a big thing because we have kids, and I just feel so trapped. I'm not sure exactly how to go about it since I am from out of state. So it's kind of tough.
Have you ever talked to a real therapist about this, or gotten like any kind of professional help from anybody? Okay, and what do they say?
Well, my therapist just encourages me to kind of do what I'm ready for. I just see, like, I literally saw a psychiatrist yesterday too.
Okay.
And so it's just, they just kind of tell me, well, it's up to you. We can only provide you options. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Right. But it's so hard because I've been in the situation for like 9 years.
Your therapist told you to do what you're ready for?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. What are you ready for?
I don't fucking know. Like, I was homeless for so long, and then he came around and was able to provide for me, and I felt like comfortable and provided for so long, but I'm just scared to go and be on my own and not know what to do because I've never kind of been in that situation before.
I mean, get real with me here. Is there a fear of like retaliation if you leave him?
Oh, definitely.
Or something like that? Okay.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Callie, well, first of all, dude, I'm really sorry to hear that you're in this situation. I mean, I'm happy to talk to you about it. It's totally beyond me, and I think that you should try and get some help. I mean, your psychiatrist, they just told you to do what you're ready for?
Yeah, I mean, basically, she's offered me like options and help, and I'm like, okay, but I'm just not, I don't know if I'm ready to like accept those options yet.
What options has she offered you?
Like shelters and stuff like that, and ways to get on my feet by myself, but okay. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm just scared, maybe.
What are you scared of?
Having to like do it all on my own, maybe.
Why are you afraid of having to do it all on your own?
Because I never like have. I don't know. It's just like I feel so irrational, but I don't know.
Does your therapist or psychiatrist tell you anything else helpful in terms of dealing with that?
Not necessarily. I mean, not in the way that you'd expect. They didn't like give me any coping techniques or anything like that. They just say like, "Oh, well, you get the fuck out of there," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but no, I don't know."
So I mean, look, dude, I'm not gonna, and I really can't like tell you what to do with your life or like who to be with or like what choices to make or anything. But I guess just like as an internet lizard talking to you on the phone right now, I would say that I hope you understand. You're 24. I hope you understand, or at least have faith in the idea that your life can be much better than it is right now. Do you have faith? Do you have faith in that idea?
Not really. I mean, I know it could be, but maybe I don't have faith in myself.
And I guess if you had a little bit of faith in the idea that your life could be better than it is right now, and that you have the power and the options that you could take to make it a little bit better, that you'd be a little bit more brave in taking those options, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I know that's the part of where I feel like super irrational, because I'm like just here, kind of not doing shit, just kind of along for the ride right now.
But wouldn't you feel? But like, and again, I don't know how you get there, and it's you know, I mean, it's a tough thing to do in a little phone call when this is something that you've been engrossed in for such a long time. But like, do you think you could like find it within yourself to just be like, okay, I know that it's gonna be tough and it's gonna be scary, and I've never done it before, but like I know that if I take the help that's being provided to me and I go down the path of these options that have been presented to me, it'll lead to a better life for myself, and also, very importantly, a better life for your kids.
Right, yeah. It would just be shitty at first, but I just, like I said, I feel like a total, like, loser for just not doing anything.
But I guess I just want to get to the bottom of, like, why... I well, it's tough to talk about this because I know it's so much easier said than done.
Right.
I mean, what's stopping you from wanting to take these options that you see in front of you?
Maybe hoping that things will change or be different or better in some way. But I don't know how that's going to come about, because it's just been the same for so long, and most likely progressively worse.
But so just even like right there, like you just said that you have hope that things will get better.
I do, but it's like hard to, because things have gone so much downhill recently.
But then, if you have that little, if you have that little hope that things will get better, is it such a jump for you to go, okay, I have this hope that things will get better, and here are these options that these, you know, whether it's a shelter or I don't know the logistics of this shit, but like, is it a crazy jump to go from, okay, I have this little tinge of hope that things might get better, and here are some options that I could, you know, are within my control to take that will make them better?
Right. I'm just, like I said, scared of taking them, scared of change, scared of being alone because I've been with someone for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But that someone doesn't treat me well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of takes advantage of me, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this morning I woke up to the toilet just fucking overflowing, filled with shit. Just like the smallest considerations for what I do at home are not taken. And it's fucking insane.
So...
They say you can't turn a hoe to a housewife, but I did it.
Callie, Callie, look, and I'll just like, bro, for the past 8 years, I mean, since you were a kid, your frame of reference as to what a relationship should be, and frankly, as to like what life is, has been extremely narrow because of this relationship and because of these circumstances. And
right.
I think, and when you're in that narrow frame of mind, you literally fucking can't see, oh, there actually does exist a better life than the life I'm living. And not only that, but there are like ways for me to get there, you know? And I understand not being able to see that because you're so programmed in that, like, you know, narrow frame of reference of the life that you've experienced thus far. And, dude, all I can tell you is that if you have a little bit of faith in yourself, I think you can escape from that narrow frame that you've been living in for so long and get to a better version of life. And you'll just kind of have to take my word for it and find some, like, courage within yourself. Does any of what I just said make any sense?
It makes a lot of sense, yeah. It really does. I'm just stuck in this shit situation that I'm not doing anything about, and I need to, you know, like, buckle my shit up and get something done about it, but... it's just, I'm just so scared, like I said, you know, and change is hard. It's really hard.
Would you do it for the kids?
Oh, absolutely, because things aren't that great for them. I mean, they're provided for, you know, but there's more I could do.
Callie, is there anything else that you want to say about any of this or talk about or anything before we go?
I mean, not really. I mean, I've had a lot to unpack, and I just wanted to know what you would think about it, since I have so much going on. I've been through so much, and want everybody to know.
Do you make anything of any of the stuff that we've talked about? Do you feel any sort of more empowered to do whatever is in your ability to get out of this thing?
I mean, yes and no. You kind of said the same thing that my usual therapist does say, you know, like, but it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm afraid because his family is my family, and I didn't talk to my family growing up, so I'm afraid to lose that, and it's just, there's so much that I'm afraid of, and taking that next step, I know it would be really difficult for me, and I'm just scared, and I mean, you're just another person that's encouraged me, and I appreciate it.
The last thing I'll say to you is the last thing I'll say, and then I'll let you go. I hope you have an abundance mentality when it comes to your relationships. You know what I mean? Because you're sitting here like, oh, well, you know, I know this guy sucks, but he's all I got. And I know this person sucks, but that's all I got, right? Yeah?
Yeah, basically.
I understand how you got to that place, because it's been all you had for a while, but please, if you get like anything out of this phone call, I just hope it's that like you adopt an abundance mentality when it comes to your relationships, and go, instead of going like, well, I'm afraid to lose this because it's all I've got, be like, well, this thing kind of sucks. And actually, there's an abundance of different people out there in the universe that could come into my life that would be far greater than what I have now. And there's actually an abundance of relationships, an abundance of people. And when you think about it like that, it's a little bit easier to not stay stuck in a place because you're like, oh, that's all I've got. So I swear, if you just get anything out of this, I hope it's that you adopt an abundance mentality when it comes to people and relationships, which is hard to do, but is worth it.
Thanks, Geck.
Okay, good luck, Callie. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Stay cool. Love you, Geck. It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Do I have any post-call thoughts on that? I mean, I guess I can talk about... I mean, abundance mentality in general is something that is really hard to cultivate. Whether you're in a crazy, dire situation or just, like, trying to make any kind of life change. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not the master of it. I'm not the master of any of this shit, by the way. I really have no idea, but I think it makes life better. And it's weird because, like, it's fucking weird because you can kind of have everything and still have a scarcity mindset. I fuck that word up a lot. I say scarcity. I thought that was the word, and then people got mad at me and they said it's actually scarce. But anyway, like, you can have fucking everything. You can be rich and have a scarcity mindset when it comes to money, or you can be poor and be like, oh, an abundance mindset, dude. But, like, just with all this shit, it's like you can have everything and still have a scarce. It's like the mindset is so fucking important. And I don't know the logistics of how to change that mindset, but I do know that the mindset is important. I've talked about that on the podcast, and that's something I've learned from talking to so many people, is how important the mindset is. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a fucking gecko, and thanks. Yeah, thanks for calling, Callie. Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode, but get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right, an entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode. Joe, what happened?
It just basically got really toxic, and I wanted out, but I felt like I couldn't because, like, the guy I had formed the band with had become kind of my best friend, and he had made me start drumming again. And
toxic
he made
in
me
what
realize
way?
how much he, like, would get really intoxicated on stage, and just made us look bad. And I mean, I want to play music to be a positive force in the world.
If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.